Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick-a-pile for you guys, and today we're basically looking at what is going on in your connection. Just a general little love check-in, see what love-related messages come through for you, like what your person would like to say to you, what they may be thinking, what they may be feeling, what they may be wanting at this time. So we're just going to do a little check-in, and I've decided to pull out some Christmas related cards for this one because we are getting into that time of the year, and well, this deck is going to be making quite the appearance quite a bit for a while now because of that, because it's that time of year to use it, and it's not like I'm going to use it much else any other times. So just an overall general love check-in here. That's what we're doing today, you guys. So I have 3 different piles ready for you, and continuing on with the Christmas ornament options. Today's options are all 98 degrees ornaments. So I have not just 1, but 3 of these babies. So let's get into them. Okay, pile number 1. Pile number 1 is this snow globe of 98 degrees. You know, you can shake it up and it gets all snowy and crazy in there. So this one is pile number 1, the 98 degrees snow globe. Pile number 2 is a 98 degrees ball ornament. Very simple, very plain, but still represents the boys. Please stay, thank you. And pile number 3, if I can pick it up, is this 98 degrees Christmas tour from 2017 Snowflake. And that's kind of like the time frame all these ornaments came out, was around like 2017, 2018, when they released a second Christmas album in 2017, and then they did like Christmas tours for like a couple of years after that, which was so much fun, such a blast. Like, I wish that was still going on now, but obviously there are no concerts happening right now because it's 2020. Anyways, those are your 3 different options, your 3 different piles. So pick the 98 degrees ornament that resonates with you the most. Timestamps are down below, of course, and let's dive into this and see what's happening with you and your person in that love department, starting with pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this 98 degrees snow globe, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is happening with your love connection right now. So we're going to see what your person may be thinking, feeling, wanting, all that good general information kind of stuff. We're going to start off with the Christmas Love Oracle, since that's what we're primarily going to be using right now to find out what's going on. And let's just lay out all the cards and see what comes out, because sometimes it's just easier to do that. Just lay them all out and then we can connect the dots and put them all together. So we have full of ho-ho-hos. The holidays are better when I'm with you. Crying, upset, having a fit, lonely. Cuddle buddy. Chopping out bad habits. Strong love, fighting for us. Shopping together. Secret Santa. Best buds. And stood up. Okay, so let's see. Here's what's going on from what I can see going on between you and your person right now at this time. Holiday edition, right? Okay. So I feel like your person's kind of a little bit like back and forth in a sense of what they want to do and where they're at. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bad stuff and then we'll get into the good stuff. So we'll get the icky stuff out of the way first. So I feel like your person does care about you, but they're definitely struggling with some things. What was the one I was going to point out? Oh, yeah. Chopping out bad habits. So this card has been coming out a lot lately. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I can't tell you how many times this card flips out. It's insane. Like every single time I do a reading, this one comes out. So somebody out there is definitely chopping out some bad habits because this just keeps coming and coming and coming, and you guys are the group that it decided to come out for again. Anyway, so I feel like your person is trying to chop out bad habits. Keyword trying. I feel like it's kind of a struggle. I feel like they have good days and then they have bad days. And the bad habits could be anything. I mean, it could be obvious things like smoking, drinking, overeating, overspending, stuff like that. But it could be not so obvious stuff too, like your mental strongholds, the way you think about things, your attitude, your perception of things. They could have a very unhealthy thought life. And if you have an unhealthy thought life, that's definitely going to affect the rest of your physical life in every way. It can affect it, like quite literally, physically, your body. It can affect your emotions. It can affect your finances. It can affect everything, basically. But I feel like they're really struggling to try and not be like this anymore. I kind of get the feeling that in the past they've probably been a little bit in and out, and I feel like they're still kind of trying to balance that they're still trying to balance out that in and out kind of behavior. And the reason why I say that is because we have stood up. So there's a possibility that in the past this person could have done that. They could have stood you up. They could have ghosted you, just ignored you. When you really needed them to be there, they just weren't, basically. So they still could be in this energy. Like I said, I feel like it's really a struggle. And I don't feel like they do this because of you. It's totally because of them and their own problems. But I do feel like, they go back and forth, and they've probably done this in the past. And I feel like just be careful, you guys. Like, if this person contacts you and they do want to make plans, there's nothing wrong with making the plans and making the arrangements, as long as it's not like something that's going to completely derail your schedule or your day or your time. But I would say if you're going to make the plans, don't get heavily emotionally invested in it. Just like treat it like a dentist appointment. And I use the word dentist because I've went there so much within the past month, but that's not something you get too emotionally invested in. You're not going to get too disappointed if the dentist office calls you and they're like, oh, sorry, we need to bump your appointment to a different day because of such and such, which did actually happen to me this past month. And I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't upset that my dentist, in a way, stood me up. I mean, of course, the appointment was rescheduled and I got things finished that I needed to get done. But it wasn't something I was emotionally invested in. It's not like I was upset about it. So I think that's the point, you guys, is like, go ahead and schedule it if they reach out to you. But don't get so emotionally invested because there's a possibility this could happen. If it doesn't, that's great. That's awesome. Celebrate it when it actually goes through. But leading up to that, just go ahead and schedule it and then just kind of forget about it until it actually happens. So, yeah, because otherwise I feel like if you guys get too emotionally invested, this may wind up happening. And then you're going to have like this super high of like, oh, they reached out to me. They contacted me. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And then it's like a sugar high, then you're going to have that crash and burn, basically, and feel completely miserable if you get overly invested in those emotions, pretty much. But if you stay balanced, if you stay in a place where you're not affected positively or negatively, this isn't going to happen. So I just don't want to see you guys fall into this. And one of the reasons I feel like they may have been kind of in and out in the past is maybe they kind of come in for their little ho-ho-hos, and then after they get their ho-ho-hos, they take off on their sleigh, and, they're out of there. So, they come down their chimney, and then that's it. They deliver their presents, and they're out. So, if that makes any sense, come on, look at the Santa, look at where he's peeking out of. Like, it's pretty obvious that's what it's in reference to. So, I feel like in the past they may have done that, but I don't feel like they're just all about sex. I just feel like that's probably the best way that they communicate. They communicate very well physically. They don't communicate very well verbally, dealing with their emotions, and this is their comfort zone, pretty much. So it's not that they don't care about you, but it's like they just haven't had that maturity level to basically grow up to actually verbalize this too, so you guys can have the best of both worlds, pretty much. Which, hence, once again, the in and out stuff. And that's not uncommon in these types of connections and these types of relationships, especially if you're dealing with a twin flame type of thing. So that's just kind of like a little forewarning for you guys. They could definitely reach out, but I just don't want to see you guys fall back into the cycle of what has happened before if this is something that has already been happening. So, if this is something that really hasn't been a cycle for you, maybe pick a different pile. But if you've been trapped in this cycle, yes, they are working on trying to not do this anymore, but I don't think that they're at the point where they're completely out of the woods with that yet. So yeah, but moving on to some of the good stuff, some of the better stuff. They do definitely care about you, because we have the holidays are better when I'm with you, and strong love fighting for us. So this definitely tells me that it is more than just a physical connection, that there's definitely an emotional and a mental connection there as well. They may not be very good at actually verbalizing it, but it is there. So this is the confirmation to me that there is more to this than just sex. There's more to this than them just being a player and coming in and out. They do have actual real emotions towards you. They just kind of suck at how they handle it and how they show it. They're a little boy, basically. So yeah, there's that. But I do feel like one thing that they do in terms of like physical expression of expressing their vulnerability is they do love cuddling. So I feel like afterwards, after you guys have done the deed, that this person really enjoys like the afterglow of just holding you in his arms and just, being all wrapped up and, have the blankets and all this other stuff and just be calm and relaxed. And, he probably like really enjoys, like, in a sense, like him putting his head on your chest and hearing your heartbeat, and you putting your head on his chest and hearing his heartbeat, that whole kind of thing. Like, I feel like you guys really enjoy that afterglow moment. And, that's the thing. Like, a guy who's just going to be like the flash in the pants, in and out kind of a thing, he's not going to stick around for that spooning. He's not going to stick around for that cuddling. Think about the movie Ghost of Girlfriends Past. If you've seen that movie, which is like the prime example of like the biggest player ever on the planet. And Matthew McConaughey's character, he's taught from a young age from his player uncle, basically, that you never stick around and like start spooning with a girl. Once you start spooning with your girl, that's it. You're trapped. You're in a relationship. You become that guy. And so therefore he never stuck around to cuddle with a girl. And that's how most guys are when they are strictly just playing you. But this one's not doing that. He wants to cuddle you. He wants to do that. And that may be, at least for right now where he's at, that may be the best thing that he can do to express that vulnerability to you is by cuddling. So yeah, because he is good at expressing things physically, and that would be his physical way of expressing that love and vulnerability that he may not necessarily be great at expressing in words. So one of the reasons I do feel that this person may reach out to you is I feel like they're getting you a Christmas present, because we have shopping together. So, I mean, first of all, this person may want to go shopping with you or something like that, just to see what you like, see what you're interested in. And considering we also have Secret Santa here, that's why I'm saying I feel like they're planning a secret surprise for you, basically, that they're planning a secret present for you for Christmas. So I feel like that's definitely going to be one of the reasons they reach out. And I feel like if they stay in that kind of vibe where they genuinely want to give you a gift and they want to spend that cuddle time and everything else, that this could have potential to go very well, and they could finally end the bad habits that they've already been doing. But still, be careful, be cautious. It's not like a 100% set thing, but, if they stay on that track record, they'll be okay and things will go well. So the best thing that you can do for this person in the meantime is to basically pray for them, because the more you pray for them, it's more likely that they will have the strength to get through it. They're not going to understand where they're getting that kind of strength, because it's a supernatural kind of strength, but it'll still be happening. And we have best buds. So I feel like basically this card is a reminder to you guys to just, spend time with your friends. Get your friends' feedback on this too. Your friends are there for you. They support you. They love you. They want to be encouraging to you as well. So, make sure you're spending time with your friends as well, especially if you haven't actually seen this person yet. Like, let's say they reach out to you and then you're in that weird window in between when you guys made plans to when you guys actually meet up. Spend some time with friends. That'll be a good distraction. It'll keep you from getting into that place of getting mentally wound up and emotionally overly attached into the situation. So spend some time with friends. They'll do you good. All right, we've got some love messages here for you from Cherry Enchantress with Enchanted Embrace. And you guys have Let Me Be Your Wings. So this person wants to be supportive of you. That's what I think of when I think of wings. I think of the support that a bird is given to fly freely, basically. So this person definitely wants to be supportive of you. Your hair shimmers in the moonlight. So this person may want to meet up with you sometime at night, maybe go see some Christmas lights or something like that and see your hair shimmer in the light of the Christmas lights or something like that. Now that I see you, everything is different. So, you are probably a big part of the inspiration here for them changing these bad habits. This was probably something that they weren't ever interested or even remotely entertained the idea of doing once before, but you have definitely inspired them to step up and change things a little bit. I want to spend my lifetime loving you. So this person definitely does love you. Like I said, this is not just a physical connection thing. There is mental, emotional, and spiritual stuff too. I could get lost in your eyes. So this person really likes your hair and they really like your eyes. So they probably just like looking at your face, period. Like, I feel like when you guys are together, and especially like during that tenderness of like the cuddling time and the time of vulnerability, I feel like this person probably likes to run their fingers through your hair. They like to look deeply into your eyes, probably caress your face, things like that. So they think you got a good head on your shoulders. As funny as that sounds, but yes, that's definitely how they feel. And finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, you guys got Be not afraid, only believe. Mark 5:36. So I feel like this card is basically just reminding you guys not to give up in the situation, that, I understand it can feel up and down and rocky and inside out and all kinds of crazy stuff sometimes, but those are the kind of stories that make the most epic love stories. Those are the kind of stories that inspire others. So, never forget that. It's never the easy ones that, make people ooh and ah over. So, you guys are going to have an inspiring story. So don't give up on it. Things are not always what they seem. So if it seems tough, that doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that. So keep believing. All right, finally, you guys, I haven't done any charms or anything like that in a while. So I'm going to pull out some of those and add to our little fun reading as well. So I've got some paper tags in this container, and in this container I've got some little charms. I had to separate them because the paper tags are just too big that I would never really grab any of these, so I kind of have to keep them separate. So we're just going to pull a few from each container, see what you guys get in terms of extra messages. We got 2 there. And we got several here. Okay, let's see what you guys got. So from the paper tags, you guys got job promotion. So I know that doesn't necessarily say anything about your connection with your person, but maybe they're going to get a job promotion or you're going to get a job promotion, or it could symbolize simply maybe a promotion within your relationship. That could be possible too. And we have hot. Well, it's definitely not hot outside right now because we're in November months. We're, Christmas time, it's not exactly known for its summer weather. So I feel like if anything, hot basically implies your connection is hot. Your connection is steamy, it's on fire, the passion is lit, basically. And we have Libra, so you or your person may be a Libra. And we have pop culture. So pop culture may be something of interest between the two of you. Maybe you guys are both kind of pop culture geeks or something, or you guys have something in common that you guys always talk about. Maybe there's a certain TV show or a certain band or artist or something you guys are both really into, but there's some kind of connection here with pop culture. Now we're going to look at your charms. We have, and these are kind of hard to see. We have the letter C. So that could be someone's initial, or it could be representative of maybe a place you met or something like that. But we have the letter C. We have the letter A. We have the letter D, which is funny because whenever I look in the camera, it looks like it's backwards like a B, but I know it's not. And we have a G. So those are our letters, and we have a couple of words here for you guys to pay attention to. We have hope, so don't lose hope in the situation, kind of like what that Jesus card just said with continuing to believe. We have sweet, so I believe that this means that your person basically finds you to be very sweet. And we have strong. So not only are you sweet, but you're also strong, not to be deceived by your sweetness, because you're like a powerhouse behind all that. And I feel like your person sees that and knows that. So that's what's going on for you guys. I hope it made sense. If this message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even a simple small emoji goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come out here and hang out with me for a little bit today. It certainly means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this 98 degrees Christmas ball ornament, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is happening in your love connection, to see what your person may be thinking, feeling, wanting, all that good stuff at this time. If I can get this ball to stand. Stay. Good. Gotta talk to it like it's a dog. Sit. Stay. All right. Anyway. So we're going to start off here with the Christmas Love Oracle because we're getting into the spirit of things, like I said here. And we're just going to go ahead and lay all the cards down, and then we'll just connect the dots and see kind of how they all play together and what comes through. So we have stressed, too much to deal with. Under pressure, breaking point, wit's end. Those two seem very similar. Incoming happy message. You took too much from me. Over it. Don't care. F off. Done. Be grateful for what you have. Let's get away. Enchanted kiss. Wrong path. And abandoned, left in the cold. All right, you guys, lots of stuff going on here. All right. Ooh, boy. Okay, well, I can tell already you guys are basically my pile that's pissed off. Let's just be real. You are my pile that's pissed off. Chances are, most likely, if you've come to this reading asking about your person, you're probably pretty upset with them and not happy with them at this time. That things are not going very well. That you simply may be stressed out about life in general. So, okay, let's get into it. First two cards that came out here was stressed, too much to deal with, and under pressure, breaking point, wit's end. I feel like these cards are very, very similar energies. They're pretty much the same message, just different words, different pictures. But at this time, you may currently be under a lot of pressure, and because of that, it is stressing you out like crazy. And this doesn't necessarily have to be about just your person. It could be life in general. It could be your job, it could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be finances, it could be the way the world has been with COVID and everything else going on. But either way, you definitely seem to be stressed. Although I'm sure your person is a part of the reason why the stress is there. They may not be the whole entire reason, but I do feel like they have benefited to this. So I feel like you guys are just not in a good place. You guys are very overwhelmed, very upset right now. And when it comes to your person specifically and their part of how they have donated to the stress and pressure you've been under, is I feel like they just kind of ran you over. They kind of ran you over and left you feeling like this gingerbread man. You took too much from me. So I don't think it's so much the fact that they used you. I think it's more so the fact that they just kind of abandoned you and left you out in the cold. And I feel like you probably gave a lot to them. You probably gave a lot of your time, your attention, your emotions, your heart. You probably like made yourself available constantly, you know, like in a certain sense of the word, prior to how you're feeling right now. And I'm trying to use my words delicately here to describe it. You may have been kind of a pushover when it came to this person. That it would be like they would say jump and you would say how high, kind of a thing. And it's not necessarily because I feel like they were controlling or they were demanding or anything like that. I just feel like you were probably so enamored with this person, so in love with them, that, you know, you were kind of blinded by it. It was almost like a codependent kind of thing where you were just like, yeah, I'll do anything for you anytime, anywhere, any place. Like, I don't care if it interferes with my work schedule. I don't care if it interferes with my other responsibilities. I don't care if I never see my friends again. I don't care if I never do this or I never do that. I'm making everything about you. It's almost like you were kind of hypnotized under this spell or something. So you just kind of like gave your all to this person when you never really had to. And because of your part in just like giving too much, when they didn't respond with the same level of intensity that you gave, it left you feeling abandoned by them. It left you feeling like you were like left out in the cold. I definitely get the feeling that, you know, if this is like a twin flame situation, I feel like you were probably very much so in your chaser dynamic, that you were just going after them and going after them and going after them. And then when they stopped responding to you the way that you wanted them to, it left you feeling pretty broken up on the inside. It left you feeling, yeah, just left out in the cold and miserable and unhappy. And I'm not saying that they're not at fault for anything, because, you know, there may have been certain ways where they probably could have stepped up a little bit more, or they probably could have reciprocated back more. I feel like, if anything, the exchange was probably uneven on both sides. It usually is. It's usually not all just one person or the other, unless it's like an abusive or toxic situation, obviously. And please, you guys, if this has been abusive, then do not go back to it. You know, I don't want to encourage people going back to that at all. But if this is just like the regular run of the mill, being out of balance with give and take with one another, that can be repaired, that can be fixed. But I definitely feel like you just kind of chased and chased and chased and became like this pushover to do anything that they would want. And not that they were even trying to like manipulate that out of you, but you just did it because you felt like, oh, this is love, this is the way it's supposed to be. But it was more like codependency. It wasn't really love, it was codependent. And then, like I said, yeah, when they didn't respond to you the way that you wanted, you felt pretty abandoned. And by doing that, you were definitely going down the wrong path. And maybe now you're starting to see that, because obviously you're experiencing the after effects of it, which is feeling really upset, feeling stressed out, not handling things very well, obviously. So you definitely have been headed down the wrong path. You can always adjust that. You can always change it. You know, you don't have to continue going down this wrong path. But I think that, you know, this card definitely confirms the fact that, you know, you have been going down the wrong path in terms of how you're handling this situation. And another thing too, because you've been so stressed out, because you've had so much pressure on top of you, it's basically getting you to a point where you're apathetic, but you're apathetic in kind of like a negative way. Like you're just over it. You just don't care anymore. Like it's not, like it's numb. It's numbness, not in a healthy way where it's like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm just going to work on me. And, you know, if they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. It's not like one of those kinds of things. It's like, nope, I'm done with this and I don't care anymore. But But obviously, since there's kind of a coldness to it, you do really care. Like, if you didn't care, you wouldn't be pissed off. Like, it wouldn't matter. You would be indifferent to it. But you're definitely not indifferent to it. You are upset about it. Um, so yeah, like, it's left you feeling pretty pissed off. And I definitely want to see you guys change this around, because there are some good things that could come through, but I'm afraid you guys are going to miss it if you don't pay attention. If you keep going down the wrong path you've been doing right now, being codependent and then being pissed off because this codependency thing isn't working. Maybe you don't even recognize that's codependency. I don't know. But, if it is codependency, look at your track record in other relationships, because if it's like this in this one, chances are it's probably already appeared elsewhere in other relationships in your life. It doesn't even necessarily have to be romantic ones. It could be with family members. It could be with friends. Just take a close look at that, because there probably is a pattern there, even if you don't realize it. But anyway, there is a chance for things to turn around here, though, because I feel like your person is probably going to wind up sending you an incoming happy message, one that you would actually like to receive from them, one that you have been craving for a long time, one that you wanted before you were feeling abandoned here. I feel like they are ready to do that they want to, reach out to you with positivity and love. And, it could be something even as big as, wanting to get away together, like wanting to take like a little Christmas vacay, take a long weekend or something like that. And, have this enchanted kiss, have this love, be under the mistletoe and everything. I do feel like that this stuff here is basically what this incoming happy message could be in reference to. But I don't think it's going to happen if you guys don't get into the right attitude. And probably the most important card that you guys have here in this pile is be grateful for what you have. Because I feel like the biggest problem as to why this issue is going on is because you guys just simply have not been grateful. You kind of have been like, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to like be careful with my words here, because I love you guys. And I want to see you guys succeed. I don't want to see you be stressed out. I don't want to see you be under pressure. I don't want to see you guys feeling like this poor gingerbread man, Like, you guys definitely deserve better. But I feel like so much of that has been like you kind of doing that to yourself, based upon how you have approached things in this connection. And the thing is, if you were just grateful in the first place for whatever it was that was going on between the two of you, like, okay, like, let's say, for example, we're just going to use this for an example. Let's say you were ready to be exclusive with this person. You were just like, yes, let's date, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend, let's make it Facebook official and everything. And maybe this person put the brakes on things and they were just like, no. Like, I like you, I want to spend time with you, I'd like to continue spending time with you, but I'm not ready to take it to that level yet. And your response to that may not have been so good, and it may have made you feel a little bit like this and a little bit like that. Even though their intentions were not bad to you, but because you had set the bar so high in your mind, it kind of came crashing down. And the bar wouldn't have been set so high if you had just been grateful for what had already been going on. Like, in that type of example, you could have been just grateful for them saying, okay, so what? They don't want to be exclusive yet, but that doesn't mean that it can never happen. And they still do want to see me. Like, they don't want to just call things off altogether. You have to look at what good is in this situation. So I feel like you guys need to get a little bit more of the attitude of gratitude here in order to improve this situation, in order to draw in and attract that incoming happy message and actually, have it go well and have this all turn around. So, like I said, I love you guys, but you guys are kind of like my drama queens. You guys are like my drama queens. You're a little, and I understand. I've been there. I do it too. My very closest friends have definitely accused me of being a drama queen once or twice or a million times in my life. So I understand it. But there's definitely a time to try and snap out of that and grow out of that, obviously. So, yeah, and I feel like you guys do have the strength to do it. Just look at what you do have in regards to this connection and start thinking about what you're grateful for. Because the more you focus on that, the more you're going to get good things like that because you're already focusing on good things. So, being thankful is huge. And we're getting super close to Thanksgiving here now, too, you guys. So, Thanksgiving is the perfect time to remember those things as well. Okay, so trying to be as delicate with you guys as possible because I don't want to hurt anyone or upset anyone, but I'm saying this because I genuinely want to help you guys, it comes from a good place. Okay, from Enchanted Embrace by Cherry Enchantress, these are just some general messages that your person would like to say to you, maybe in regards to all this messiness, but we're going to find out. You are my destiny. So this person does know that you are their destiny. You are mine. So, any of this codependency stuff, you need to drop it. They're saying that you're theirs and you're their destiny. They definitely feel this. You guys don't need to be worrying about anything. Someday we'll be together. So see, prime example. I don't know if you were the person who was dealing with that exclusive or not type of example. Maybe it wasn't an example. Maybe it really was someone's actual situation. I don't know. But they're saying that you guys will have that. You will have that exclusivity. It just needs to be at the right time. It needs to be when you're both completely ready for it. I would be honored to meet you. So chances are most likely you probably already have met this person, unless maybe it's an internet connection, an online communication thing. Maybe you guys haven't actually met face-to-face in person. So if it's one of those situations where you guys are only online right now, then this very well could be very literal. If not, and you guys have obviously already met and interacted and that kind of thing, I feel like it's basically saying they're honored to have already met you. They're honored to already basically know you. And there are so many words in the silence between us. So this person can feel it. They can feel the tension between you guys right now. So, all of this stress and pressure that you've been feeling, and not just the stress and the pressure, but this feeling of being pissed off, your person can see that. And I feel like that's why you guys really need to change that attitude, because they're not going to feel very welcome and they're not going to feel very bold and courageous to make those advances towards you with any kind of incoming happy message unless you kind of warm up your own energy. And the best way to do that is to start getting grateful about things. Even if you guys are not communicating directly, they're going to feel that. They're going to feel, that awkwardness and that uncomfortableness and that coldness. I mean, haven't you guys ever experienced that where you walk into a room and you just know the vibe of the room, whether people are happy or sad or whatever. Think about it. Think about the difference in the emotion and the feeling between walking into a wedding and walking into a funeral. Those are two very, very different vibes. One is all about celebration and love and new beginnings, and the other one is about death and mourning and grieving and sadness. And you can feel the energetic differences between both of those types of events. So if you can feel it in those situations, you better believe that your person can feel if you're sending off these I'm pissed off at you vibes, I'm so stressed, I'm under pressure, they're not going to want to come to you. But if you start changing it, start flipping the script, get off the wrong path and get onto the right one. Start being grateful. This is the most important card that you guys need to know in this reading right now. Start being grateful. It'll start warming you up. You'll start feeling happier. You'll start feeling better yourself. And then the next thing you know, ding ding, incoming message. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to your loving words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. We have, all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. So, that's another thing too, you guys. Like, prayer is really powerful when it comes to being thankful. So, start thanking God that this situation is already resolved. Start thanking God that the stress and the pressure is gone. Start thanking God that this relationship is healed. Start thanking Him for that. And the more you do that, the more you're going to believe it, the more you're going to feel it, and then the more you're going to actually see it unfold and manifest in your life. Okay, finally, I haven't done these in a while, you guys, so I'm going to pull out a few of these little paper tag things, and I have some charms in here. I'm going to pull some out from each container, and I have them separate because the paper tags are honestly so big that there would be just like no way that I could grab any of the charms with the paper tags. It just gets in the way. It's too much of a weird thing. So I keep them separate. But we're just going to see if any other additional messages come through for you guys. What's going on here? All right. We got a few there. And we got a few charms here. Okay, so we have Pisces coming through. So you or your person could be a Pisces. We've got children. So children may be involved. Children may be a part of this. Maybe you have children, or they have children, or you both have children. But either way, if you guys are parents of some sort, that could be another part of where all this stress and pressure is coming from. Simply having the added stress and pressure of having to take care of tiny humans. So that could be a part of it too. We have Virgo. So one or both of you could be a Virgo. And we have fitness. So when I think of fitness, that could be in reference to your physical body, of course. But I feel like specifically in regards to this situation, I feel like it's more so like working on your spiritual fitness. Like working on getting yourself more spiritually fit by being grateful, basically, because it's going to make you stronger in the end. And that's an exercise. It's a muscle, basically. You're stretching that muscle of faith. You're stretching that muscle of being thankful. So I feel like it's definitely a time of working out spiritually. We have spring. So I feel like things may not completely cement for you guys the way that you would like it to until the springtime. Even if you do manage to turn your train around here and get a better attitude, and even if that incoming happy message does come in, I'm sure good things will still come along and happen between you guys. But at least in terms of final outcome, where you want to see it go permanently, that may not actually happen until the spring. But there's a possibility you could at least get it moving in the right direction starting now. And we have money. So money could be a factor as well for the stress and the pressure. Remember at the very beginning of this reading, I said, you guys, when it came to the stress and pressure, that that could also be coming from other areas too, besides your person. And especially with it being 2020 and how things have been really stressed out in general this year, that wouldn't surprise me. So maybe you're experiencing some stress and pressure financially when it comes down to, taking care of your kids and that kind of thing, especially with the holidays coming up and buying Christmas presents and all that kind of stuff. So that may not necessarily be connected to your person, but it definitely could be a benefiting factor as to what is going on as a whole with everything, as to why you may be kind of flipping out right now. And those are totally understandable reasons. That definitely is it makes it harder and it makes it more challenging to find things to be thankful for. I understand that, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. Okay, we have Destiny here with the charms, which is funny because we also got You Are My Destiny with the cards. We have Loved. So remember that you are loved. And I feel like it's not just your person who wants you to know that you are loved, but I feel like it's also God who wants you to know that you are loved, especially when you're dealing with all that stress and anxiety. I just feel like, God probably wants you to know that he has your back. We have the letter E. The letter E is literally the only letter that came out for this group. So someone dealing with an E, maybe an initial or something. We have Adored. You're also more adored than you probably ever know as well. And we have Brave. So you guys are very brave. I mean, you're going through a lot. You're going through hell. You're walking on fire, walking on glass, kind of stuff like that. But you're still very brave. You're going through a lot, but you are brave. And we have Enjoy Every Day, which I feel is very important for you guys, because the more you enjoy every day, even in the mundane things, even in the regular things, you're going to find yourself in a more thankful heart. You're going to really find yourself stepping more so into that attitude of gratitude. So that's what I see going on for you guys. Hopefully it made sense and resonated. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's a simple small emoji, it goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on their way. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come on out here and hang out with me for a little while today. It definitely means the world to me. That's a little bit of my gratitude towards you. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this 90 degrees snowflake ornament from 2017, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is happening in your love connection between you and your person. What do they have to say? What do they think? Just, what's going on? Where are you guys at? All right. So we are going to start things off here with the Christmas Love Oracle, because that's the vibe we're going with right now, is all things Christmas all the time. And I'm just going to lay them all out here, and then we're just going to, chip away at it and see what's going on, connect the dots, glue it all together. So you guys got Naughty. A lot has changed since last Christmas. Kiss your worries away. I want you in my arms this Christmas. Stuck in a rut, snowed in, bad weather. I want to make peace. Peace, baby. Health checkup. Workaholic, working on holidays, away from family, puts work first. Special surprise. And a call from your beloved. Okay, you guys. All right, well, thankfully you guys are a little bit more calm than the last pile. Ooh, the last pile, they were just angry. They were kind of a pissed off bunch. A little bit grinchy, I guess, but that just means their heart needs to grow like 2 sizes bigger than it should, and it will. But anyways, launching into you guys. All right. So, I do feel like things are going pretty good for you guys heading into the holidays. There's been a few bumps along the road. So, let's talk about those little bumps first. So, I feel like maybe heading into the holiday season right now, you guys may have felt a little bit stuck dealing with this connection. You guys may have felt like you're kind of hitting a dead end. Like you've kind of done everything that you could do, said everything that you could say, kind of a thing. Maybe you guys have already like put in your time and your effort, and this person really hasn't responded or given you much back that you would have liked. But you've been busy like working on yourself at the same time, and it's like between you doing what you know is right to do, dealing with your person, and at the same time doing what you know you need to do, dealing with yourself, you've kind of done everything that you could, which has made you feel stuck. You're like, I'm doing this spiritual work, I'm praying, I'm, letting go of negative thoughts, negative emotions, I'm learning how to trust more, all that good stuff. I feel like you guys have definitely been putting in the time and the effort. You've been working hard at things. And in a sense, I feel like that's kind of where workaholic comes in. I don't feel like it's necessarily tied to your actual job, to your actual career. I mean, it could be. I mean, if that's you, you're going to know it's you. But I feel like for most of you, you've kind of been a workaholic towards working on yourself, like working on your own spiritual path, working on your own relationship with God, working on healing your own pains and your own problems, and working on just making yourself the best version of yourself you could possibly be. So I feel like you guys have definitely been working really hard on that. But even though you've been working really hard at it, and you've even like been giving your person time and space, and only putting in effort where it's necessary, you're not like super duper chasing this person or anything. You may reach out occasionally here and there, but it's not like anything major is happening. So it's kind of left you feeling stuck. You're like, I'm literally doing everything by the book. I'm doing everything I know I'm supposed to be doing. And it's like you can feel within yourself you have done a lot of growing, but at the same time you're like, where's the fruit? I've been sowing and sowing and sowing and sowing. I've been planting and watering and giving it sunlight and all this other kind of stuff. Where's my harvest? Where's my fruit? So you feel kind of stuck, like, what's going on here? Why are things like not developing? What's going on here? And I feel like with the health checkup, that's kind of where you've been at too. Like, I mean, I realize, yes, there's a banana and there's 2 oranges there, and it's kind of like a phallic thing. I get that. But I don't get the vibe that it's like, hey, go see your doctor, make sure you don't have an STD. I don't get that vibe from it. If anything, I feel like it's saying that, maybe you are going to your doctor or your dentist or whoever it is that you need to see to, yes, make sure that your physical well-being is operating and going well and you're not having any problems. That could be a part of it, yes. But I feel like similar to how the workaholic thing may not necessarily actually be a job, it may not necessarily be work. It's probably you working on yourself. I feel like the health check is like your spiritual health check, You guys have been working so hard on yourself that, you're giving yourself a spiritual health check here. You're making sure that you're spiritually healthy and you're spiritually right. Like that's what you've been busy doing this entire time leading up until this time. So I definitely feel like you guys have been putting in the effort. If anything, there's just, this frustration of, like I said, you're sowing and you're sowing and you're sowing and you're waiting for your harvest, and you're waiting for it and waiting for it, but you feel stuck, and that stuckness is some frustration. And I feel like you guys understand, like you understand divine timing, you understand that things may not always happen how you want them to or when you want them to. I feel like you guys have a firm concept on that, and I feel like you guys also understand it's important to be content with where you're at and with what you have. But even though it's like those things, and you do have times where you're in a good place about those things, it doesn't mean you feel like that all the time, and that you do experience those moments of frustration where you're just like, oh, why, kind of a thing. But I feel like your fears, your worries, your doubts are coming to a close. I feel like things are going to be changing, you guys, because you can kiss your worries away. And I don't know why I'm talking like this. Sometimes I get silly. But anyways, I really feel like, you guys, that your worries are unfounded, that, this whole being stuck thing is going to be going away soon too, and that you're not going to be stuck forever. That any worries surrounding that, kiss it goodbye. It's going to be gone. Because I feel like wherever you may have been a year ago at this time, I feel like a lot has changed. And I mean, obviously a lot has changed. Even if you look outside of your own life and your own situation, just look at the way the world is with COVID and everything. Yeah, the world is 100% different than it was a year ago. A year ago, you could go to the movies anytime you wanted. You could go to Disneyland. You could go to a concert. You weren't wearing a face mask. A face mask wasn't ever a thing. You never thought that you'd ever have issues finding toilet paper. Think about how much has already changed. But I feel like it's not just the world, but it's even your connection and your situation. Like, you have really put in a lot of time and effort and growth in on yourself and your own spiritual well-being. And I feel like your person has definitely gone through some significant changes over the course of time from last year too. That you guys are not the same people that you were a year ago, and that the change that has happened since last year has been for the better. It's been positive. Like, maybe things weren't exactly where you wanted them to be even last year, but I feel like this year there's this opportunity for things to be a lot better and where you would want them to be. And I feel like if there was any strife, if there was any, what is attached to me here? Some kind of hair. Okay, anyways. I feel like if there was any strife, if there was any awkwardness or uncomfortableness between the two of you, like, your person doesn't want that anymore. Like, your person is ready to make peace between the two of you. Wherever there was a disagreement, wherever there was a problem, wherever there were issues, they're ready to bury the hatchet, and they want to make things better. So they do want peace between the two of you guys. And I feel like at some point this holiday season, this person is going to reach out to you. They're going to be the ones to reach out to you, not the other way around. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to make the effort. They're going to finally come forward. You're going to get unstuck because you have no reason to worry about anything anymore. And when they do this, it's going to come as a big surprise because you're not going to be expecting it. You're not going to think it's going to happen. You're probably just going to be sitting there thinking, oh, we're going to be stuck like this forever, blah, 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 blah. And lo and behold, that phone rings, and it's, that phone call, that text message, whatever it is, and it's going to surprise the pants off of you. Like, quite literally, it may surprise the pants off of you. But I feel like once you answer that call and you guys do come together and communicate, everything's going to go beautiful between the two of you. Everything's going to go absolutely lovely because we have naughty. So obviously this person is going to want to connect and spend some time getting a little crazy underneath the mistletoe and having a little frisky fun underneath the tree. But I feel like they're not just hitting you up for some kind of booty call. Like, they're hitting you up for, yes, some physical fun, but they also want you in their arms this Christmas. So, it's about that tenderness, it's about that closeness, it's about that vulnerability, it's about really coming together. It could be even to the point where it's like you guys decide to take it to the next level and take it to that next level of commitment, whatever next level that is for you guys. So I feel like it's about uniting and coming together, not only on the physical side of things, but also on the emotional, mental, spiritual level of things, connecting it all together, that you guys are definitely going to get there, that it is coming, it's on its way. I think the most important thing for you guys to do is to, don't get obsessed in this stuck energy. Just kind of let go of that. Keep working on being the healthiest version of yourself, and you'll be okay. Try not to let impatience and the frustration behind impatience fuel you, because I feel like if you fall into that may delay that phone call from coming in. But if you just go with the flow and just enjoy the season as is, you guys are going to be fine. Focus on your actual work, whatever your job is, have fun with friends, connect with family, watch some Christmas movies on TV or something. But yeah, like, just enjoy the season for what it is, and this person will be calling you up before you know it. All right, let's see what love messages they have to say to you are. I feel like you guys are like a super short pile. Like the other two, I had like these huge long explanations for what was going on, but I feel like you guys are pretty straightforward, which is kind of funny. But hey, it is what it is. I think that just means that you guys have done a lot of work. I'm not saying that the other piles haven't done any work, because everyone has done a certain amount of work to a certain degree, but some messages are just more straightforward than others, I guess is what it comes down to. Anyway, your love messages from your person from Enchanted Embrace by Cherry Enchantress. You guys got: our journey is a never-ending love story. So this person definitely knows that this is like a forever, eternal connection, because it is never-ending, beyond life, beyond death. I don't deserve you. So maybe one of the reasons why things have been kind of held up and paused for a little while is your person may have been working through their own self-worth and their own, values and their own self-esteem and that kind of thing. So just like you've had to work on yourself spiritually, you guys have been busy here being the workaholic, getting your spiritual health here up to par. I really feel like your person has been too. So they can get past this emotion of feeling like they're not worthy of, basically putting you on a pedestal. But they may be a little bit slower than you. They may be a few steps behind you, which isn't unusual when it comes to these connections. The guys usually are a few steps behind the girls. But as long as the girls are doing their work, they're going to step up and they're going to do their work too. And they're going to, follow those footsteps, basically. The man, he may be the head of the household, but what supports the head? The neck. You know who the neck is? That's us. So, our role is more powerful than we know. But anyways, yeah. So they're probably busy working on themselves too. I want to grow old with you. So yeah, just like they said that, this is a never-ending story, this is a lifetime thing for them. They want to grow old with you. That's probably why when they come in, they want to make sure that they're coming in forever, for that permanency, for that long-term commitment, because they don't want to have something go on with you temporarily and then break it off because something goes wrong, something gets weird, and then be back on again later. I don't think they want that. I don't think they want the on again, off again, as opposed to most masculines who have no issues doing that. I feel like this one doesn't want to do that. Like when he goes all in, he really wants to go all in. So that's why he hasn't like kind of stepped up at all, because he wants to make sure that when he does, that's it. It's like a done deal. Like this is like, it's not done in spit for him, it's done in blood basically. So he wants to make sure it's like 100% done, 100% finished, because he does want that lifetime thing. He's the real deal. He's really committed when it comes to this. You make me feel alive. So you obviously make this person feel good. You bring them joy. You probably lift their spirits. You probably make them feel all warm and tingly on the inside. So all the feel good feelings you definitely bring to them. And I want to write your name in the sky. So yeah, like this person loves you so much. They kind of just want to shout it from the rooftops. You know, I feel like this person, when you guys make that connection official, basically, like they want to go on Facebook and they want to make you guys Facebook official, and they want everybody to know that you're their girl and proudly display you on their arm and everything. So, you know, they definitely want to show you off to the world. They're proud that they have you and they can't wait to do that. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, you guys got, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So no fears, you guys, no doubt, no worries, just like this card said. No fears, no doubts, no worries. Just continue to trust and have faith. Continue to do what you've already been doing, and you guys are going to be okay. You know, always remember the acronym for fear, false evidence appearing real. So definitely don't buy into it. Just hold on to your faith and you're going to be a-okay with this situation. And that's, you know, pretty much applicable with anything in life. Not just love, not just this relationship, but anything. Okay, finally, you guys, I haven't taken these out in a while, so I want to use a few of these tonight. And we've got some paper tags and some charms, and I have them separated in two different containers because the paper tags are so big that it's like really hard to grasp any charms because they're so small, having them all together. So it's just easier for me to keep them separate, so that way then there's like an equal amount of messages that come out from both. So let's see what comes out for you guys in terms of any extra messages you need to hear. And charms. Okay. Let's see what you guys got. All right, so we have royalty. So I feel like your person sees you as like this royal person, basically. You know, kind of reminds me of I don't deserve you. Like this whole thing of they put you on a pedestal, like you are basically royalty as it is. So, yeah, I feel like this person sees you as like a queen, a princess, a duchess, however you want to put it, but they definitely see you as someone who is very royal and very important. And we have fall, which is actually right now. We are currently in the fall months in November. So there could be things starting to happen, starting to cook right here, right now, which doesn't surprise me. So, you know, this phone call or whatever could be coming in anytime now. And we have Scorpio. So you or your person could be a Scorpio. And we're currently in the tail end of Scorpio season. So it could be, once again, things could be happening right here in Scorpio season while it's fall, which is like literally right now. Like, who knows? Maybe you'll be watching this reading and boom, your phone is going to ring while you're watching it. I don't know. And we have friends. So I feel like there's definitely some kind of friend connection here. Maybe you guys were friends first before things crossed that bridge and became romantic. Maybe you guys have a lot of mutual friends in common. You guys have like the same friend group or something, but friends definitely seem to be a common denominator in this connection. We also have summer, so it seems like something significant is tied to the summer. So this could be something from your past, or it could be something that is yet to come. And we have adventure, and I feel like this person and you guys feel like you're pretty much on an adventure together, which I feel like kind of goes along well here with our love is a never-ending story. And that just makes me think of like the movie The Never-Ending Story, and you know, that very much was all about going on an adventure basically. So you know, your relationship, the ups and downs, the peaks and the valleys, it's definitely a love adventure that the two of you are on together. But you know, it's probably one of the most thrilling adventures you've also ever been on in your entire life. You know, safe to say, you're not bored. Like, who wants boring anyway? Like, it gets old fast. All right, let's look at your charms. We have the letter Z. So if anyone has a Z in their connection, like a initial or something, I don't know. We have BU. So just continue to be you, because I feel like your person finds you to be pretty damn amazing as it is. We have loved. So you are definitely loved, and I feel like you're loved by not only your person, but also by God and others around you. We have adored. So not only are you loved, but you're also adored, and I'm sure you are loved and adored by your person. We have choose happy. So once again, you guys, when you're getting into that place where you're feeling stuck and there's that temptation to allow impatience to arise within your spirit, instead choose to be happy. Choose happier things, because you don't want to get sucked down into that lower vibrational place of being impatient, because it's not going to benefit anything. It's just going to breed more ground to have to be even more patient, because then you're going to have to wait even longer. So just be happy. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. And brave. You are a very brave person. You've probably been through a lot, and you know, that's okay. It's made you very strong, and you're very brave. So that's basically what I have for you guys and what's going on. Hopefully that resonated and made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's a simple, small emoji, it goes a long way. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come out here and hang out with me for a little bit today. It definitely means the world to me. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.